Hi everyone, good evening. This is Elizabeth coming to you live from Singapore. I don't have a dirty face, I just have a mark on the sign of the cross on my forehead because it's Ash Wednesday today. For those who are Catholics, you know what's going on. And for those who doesn't, it's just putting ashes on the forehead to mark the time or the beginning of Lent in our Catholic calendar. Okay, so it's 40 days before Jesus is going to go through the passion where uh, he actually will be pinned on the cross and die for us. So today I'm coming to you in, in actually to share with you what is going to be the BOGO of the day. Okay. Now today's BOGO is really fantastic because it's something that a lot of people will find it extremely useful during the times where environmental threats are high. And of course, we are living in a time when environmental threats are really high. And even though we are really not into the pandemic mode anymore, it's still uh, better be safe than sorry in knowing what are the things that you can have in your arsenal to help yourself, right? Buy on guard and you get both the orange and the rosemary. Okay, both orange and rosemary are something that is coming for you for free when you buy the bottle of on guard. Okay, so do you know how much it's going to be for this? Let me just put down on the bottom where you can see actually if you buy on guard at wholesale price of $59, you're going to get a free wild orange, which is worth a retail price of $25, and rosemary with a retail price of $39. So isn't that cool? Now, also want to let you know what's so wonderful about these three products that a lot of my friends and team members are excited about, and I believe perhaps it's going to be sold out. Now, I'm just going to share with you a PowerPoint that I normally share whenever I am actually doing a session for this empowering class, talking about the 10 oils, of which one of the oils is actually the what we call the on guard. Okay, very very important.
Its uplifting cinnamon citrus aroma is enjoyed by the whole family. It is used for its aromatic benefits, as an internal supplement, and for its effectiveness as a topical cleansing agent. This all-natural essential oil blend protects against environmental and seasonal threats and purifies the air. 5 key oils make up the protective blend. Spicy and sweet cinnamon essential oil is known to promote a healthy immune system and can also help freshen breath. Wild orange and clove have powerful antioxidant properties, and both help support healthy immune system function. The fresh citrus kick of wild orange is emotionally uplifting and adds to the appeal of the blend. Eucalyptus and rosemary support healthy respiratory function and have energizing and uplifting aromas. The combination of essential oils and doTERRA On Guard make it a powerful protective blend that is as pleasing as it is therapeutic. Use it to promote healthy respiratory function and support your body's immune system. Rub it on the bottom of your children's feet each morning before school, or diffuse at home to purify the air during times when environmental and seasonal threats are high.
Going to be very, very good if you have a daily health habit before you get out of the house to apply on guard on the soles of your feet. Okay, on guard being applied on the soles of your feet is going to help your body able to support your immunity so much better than if you don't have it, because this is something that many times I share in some of my events that my grandmother, when she was in her 90s, she always got to go to the hospital due to the UTI, urinary tract infection, and and because she was having dementia, she was always on diapers, and it is quite inevitable that she often encounters such an issue. So what happened is that I got my aunt to actually, who is a full-time caregiver of her, to after showering for that for each day, just put a drop of anga on the soles of her feet. And thereafter, never did my grandmother need to suffer UTI anymore. Okay, so that's the truth, and I hope you will get this actually message across that no matter young or old, you can protect yourself with this protective blend. All right, so let me just move on and share with you that this is not just me telling you how powerful it is, and it's not really anecdotal anymore because scientists have actually studied and did a clinical research on how effective it is for on guard to protect the cells, right? So they, in fact, subject this on guard to a test, and it was to be tested against H1N1 virus. And the conclusion of the test, as you can see it being highlighted, is that this essential oil blend significantly and attenuates influenza virus. Okay, that is so powerful that it can actually see a significance in the kill rate. So in fact, when we are struggling with any kind of influenza or disease, we often are left on the lurch because doctors don't have any medication that can kill virus. All right, but you have on guard to really help yourself support your speedy recovery and also protect yourself against all these pathogens, all these germs that may cause you harm. Okay, so this is something that you may want to take note. Then the other thing is, I often share how you can make a DIY hand sanitizer if you have the bottle of On Guard. That bottle of On Guard, being a 15 ml bottle, will at least yield 250 drops from the bottle. Now, so how do you make this On Guard sanitizer? All you need to do is just get yourself a spray bottle, a 30 ml spray bottle, add some water, 12 ml water, add some aloe vera gel. If you want to be precise, it's about 6 ml, and then add some ethanol or alcohol. If you don't have it, it still doesn't matter. But if you have, it will kind of help with the drying effects of not having it too wet on your hands, and 6 drops of On Guard. Now, so it will be mixed together, and then you can actually fill it up into the spray bottle and start using it as a hand sanitizer. Way better than if you go and buy any sanitizer or sanitizing gel outside from the pharmacies. Okay. Now, the other thing is I put this formulation to the test. I actually have a slice of bread cut into each quarter, and the thing is, the one on the left hand side was a control where nothing was being sprayed on. You can tell that after 2 months, in fact, after 2, 3 days, it already formed mold. But this is a picture that is shown after 2 months of being left without any kind of application on that bread. But the one on the right hand side, the far right side, where it is still looking as fresh as it was newly bought, you know, this has been sprayed with this On Guard hand sanitizer that was actually made by me. Okay, so it clearly shows that the On Guard hand sanitizer is quite powerful in not in killing the germs, okay, that may cause moldy bread. Now, another thing that I want to also let you know that it's very common that when a person fall ill, either having viral infection and all that, and they are left, not having to have anything to kill virus in any medication, because most of the time doctor will give you sleeping pill to let you sleep, let the body heal itself, and it may take at least a week or 10 days or more. if you are low in your immunity, you probably suffer for weeks and weeks on ends. But if you have all these five oils, which include on guard, this one is going to be a very powerful blend where you want to help yourself take it either internally using a veggie capsule, where you can add on guard 2 drops, 2 drops of oregano, 2 drops of tea tree, and 2 drops of frankincense, and 4 drops of lemon to the capsule and take it internally. And if you're an adult, at least 12 years and above, and you're struggling with any kind of under the weather, situation, and you feel like it's a big struggle to get better with all this a lot of okay, so what you can do is take this every 4 to 6 hourly till the symptoms subside. As for children 6 years and below, you can put it in a what do you call it, the you can put all these number of drops, like 10 drops of lemon and the rest 5 drops in a roller bottle, a 10 ml roller bottle, and top it up with fractionated coconut oil and apply it on the soles of the feet and along the spine every 2 to 3 hourly till symptoms subside. Okay, if the children or the even the adults who want to also use it topically and it's struggling with a high temperature, you can also add on the oil of peppermint as well. Okay, so the oil of peppermint, you can also add on about five drops to it so that it can actually mitigate the cooling, have the cooling effects to bring down the body temperature. Now, so I have also another formula for you. If let's say you want a sanitizing gel instead of just the mist itself, you want some moisturizing effects, then this is the amount you put in as well. Okay, but you will add in more aloe if you want to form the sanitizing gel. All right. So next, I talk about rosemary on BOGO day one when we had a BOGO set of digestion and xandocrine. And one of the key ingredients in xandocrine detoxification blend is rosemary. So I'm going to just share with you one more time. Rosemary being a free oil that is being offered when you buy the On Guard protective blend, it's going to be very helpful if you can use it a few ways. Okay, first of all, you can use rosemary 3 ways. You have heard of having having people eating rosemary chicken, right? All right, so when you want to bake rosemary, in fact it's for dietary purposes as well. You can actually marinate it or put it as part of your marinade to help you bring out that flavor of that herb in your dish. Okay, rosemary can be used in salad sauce. It can be used in the cooking of either chicken, lamb, or beef, up to you. But internal application is something that is possible for your own. For this, it is possible as a dietary supplement. Now, what can you do with rosemary too? You can diffuse it in your diffuser. Like when I'm actually teaching you, I actually have a diffuser inside here that I put on to diffuse it. Now, when you diffuse it, it's very good because it helps to clear the air as well and add on the vapors to boost the production of your red blood cells and increase your blood flow. And it also helps with oxygenation of your organ systems and the area of body that ensure metabolic activities in those areas, okay, making them run smoothly. Another thing in rosemary is the carnosol. It is an antioxidant that protects the liver and the stomach from carcinogenic, carcinogenic or toxic agents, right? So liver is so important and it takes a long time to heal when you have things that has actually caused a lot of damage on the liver. As a result, it becomes cirrhosis, right? So you want to heal your liver. This is a very good oil to do that. Now, I also want to add on another slide on rosemary for you to know that there are articles here that you can take a picture and later and go and Google. The articles below show that rosemary helps to protect against the EMF, okay, and other radiation. We all know that with 5G and with the constant use of our cell phone, the computer, and everywhere, where we travel, we are being zapped through all these scanners, right? And when you are up on the plane, you definitely are also highly radiated too. So it's going to damage our cells with all this radiation. It's proven that among all the essential oils or herbs that they have studied with, rosemary comes out top in protecting our body from cellular damage by radiation. So it is something that you will do yourself a favor if you want to actually live longer and not suffer any kind of life threatening diseases potentially. You want to actually incorporate rosemary either aromatically, topically by applying on your skin with some fractionated coconut oil, on your liver especially, okay, and other parts of your body, and even your head. By the way, when you rub rosemary on the head, it helps you grow hair too, okay. I'm going to share with you a testimonial later where I helped somebody, a friend of mine, and many others after that, to grow hair with one of those hair growing oils like rosemary. It's very important. It's one of the key ingredients in the blend to grow hair. And of course, you are going to see the wonderful efforts if you are cooking it with rosemary. Your food is going to be more fragrant, and you know you're adding a lot of health benefits in your diet to keep yourself healthy. And of course, you can always use rosemary topically, even other parts of the place, okay? If you want to give yourself a gentle massage, etc. Now, let me just move on to another thing about what essential oils are. If you're new to essential oils, you happen to chance upon this right now, I'm just going to share with you for your benefit. Imagine a peppermint leaf, when you put under a microscope, expand 1,000 times, you will see that there are tiny oil sacs on the leaf. It's all over. There are thousands and thousands upon that to that. And when you squeeze that leaf, it actually breaks the oil sacs, and that's where you can smell the essential oil from peppermint leaf. Okay, so as with most plants, most of these essential oils is what we term as natural aromatic compounds found in plants. Okay, it has to smell. If it doesn't have smell, then it's not essential oil. Okay, and the other thing is they are generally steam distilled or cold pressed if you want to use it for therapeutic purpose. Okay, so these are the two common ways of distillation or extraction of these oils that will give you a very good health benefit. And in fact, they are highly powerful and safe with no side effects. Okay, so these are the things that you want to bear in mind if you're new to essential oils. But not all essential oils are made equal. Some are more equal than others. When companies like doTERRA do an extra step or multiple layers of tests to ensure that the oils are processed in a way that have that are completely pure. It's natural, no artificial ingredients, fillers, or fragrance added. And in fact, they are safe. Safety is everything. You need to make sure that the oils are safe. They are certified to be free of pesticides, insecticides, and other chemical residues to deem safe, so that oils like rosemary or on guard or any other oil that can is useful for internal, it's safe, right? And the other thing is you want results. If it smells good, it's pure, but it doesn't give you any results, no potency at all, then what's the point, right? So if the oil having a potency needs to have at least standardized active compounds that allows that potency to take place and result shows. Okay, so this is a list of all the tests that goes through a bottle of essential oil of doTERRA, from the initial testings where there are 5 different tests like organoleptic, the gas chromatography, mass spectrometry, and the chiral GC testing, and also the other one is the isotope carbon 14. All these are very powerful tests that can show if the oils are adulterated or not. And also, it also goes through a secondary validation with the same test of organoleptic, which is the smelling of these oils, the TPC microbial, to know if there are heavy metals inside these oils, the FTIR scan to see if they have been adulterated by other added chemicals, in this test. And of course, heavy metals and pesticides are also being tested in this secondary validation. And finally, another round of tests takes place again, where you have to go through again the organoleptic, the TPC microbial, the FTIR scan, and also the stability studies. All these are really done by the PhDs in doTERRA's headquarters. Okay, so you are rest assured when you have a bottle of doTERRA oils, you can have a peace of mind that you can use it without the fear of being having toxic load in your body. Okay, now this is something that not many essential oils company bother about it. And this is where you have a validation of what essential oils are found in the bottle. It's found in fact, when you go to source2you.com, this website allows you to input the batch number of the bottle of essential oil you hold. Let's say I have wild orange here, right? So this wild orange will have a batch number down below where I can key in under here to see the reports, to know what is the report that it shows. So let me just share with you. Wild orange in doTERRA is sourced from 2 countries. One is in Brazil and the other one is from Greece. Now this is a picture that I actually took from Geraldine To, the GM of doTERRA, the Facebook, when she visited the co-impact sourcing of wild orange in Greece recently, and look at the amount of oranges on this tree and the abundance that it signifies, that gives that sunshine in that bottle. So the reason doTERRA actually sourced from these 2 countries is to allow to actually help the local farmers to have a source of livelihood. And also they are so passionate about growing that fruit that will yield so much health benefits in that purposeful way that makes it more meaningful, rather than actually source from a middleman who will actually get from the farmers and sometimes squeeze them dry um, for the prices, and get them not earn that enough living. So doTERRA go direct to these farmers, or a co-op that actually bring a company that brings the farmers together for this meaningful sourcing of essential oils. Now, you see, when doTERRA actually partner with all these co-impact sourcing companies or organizations that allow local farmers to earn a living, a decent living. Look how much co-impact sourcing of wild orange enabled. 99,000 lives are supported with the purchase of wild orange, and also 30,000 people are empowered with the sourcing jobs as well. Now, this is amazing, isn't it? When you use doTERRA wild orange, not only you benefit from the kind of benefits that the oil will bring to you, but you are also giving livelihood to the farmers and supporting so many people along the way.
I was born in Sicily myself. I actually moved to Brazil when I was very young. I was about 20 years old. And my great-grandfather started producing citrus essential oils in Sicily around 1873, extracting citrus essential oil by the sponge method, which was a completely manual system. We found that the south of Brazil had the perfect climate for citrus growing, and as a consequence produced the best possible citrus oils in the world. We have a fantastic relationship with the small farmers in our area. They support us. They've been supporting us for 44 years, and we have been supporting them. So it's a great thing that it goes on and it really works.
Nós trabalhamos sempre em indústria, eu e a esposa, né? Eu trabalhei por 43 anos. E como bom gaúcho, já estava 10 anos fora, eu disse, não, agora chega, vou ficar. Ficamos muito tempo longe dos filhos, dos netos, da família. Resolvemos voltar. E eu tinha negociado já esse pedaço com uma casa que eu tinha na cidade. Praticamente uma permuta, uma troca, né? Não se usa nenhum veneno. Compostagem a gente aproveita. E está sendo uma experiência maravilhosa. Depois de 40 anos em fábrica, tanto eu quanto ela, né? Estamos aí agora vivendo essa vida de colono, como se diz aqui. Né?
Então assim a gente vai tocando aqui o nosso pequeno sítiozinho. Mas estamos bem felizes com o novo estilo de vida.
Eu tive muitos diretores, né? Que cobravam bastante, muita cobrança, né? E em casa, sim, aqui a última palavra é sempre minha. Sim, senhora, né?
Primeiro, quando eu comecei, em 74, nós começamos a fazer uma casinha ali, nós casamos, e aí nós começamos a trabalhar junto. E quando meu pai entrou junto comigo ali, aí nós éramos os primeiros que começamos a plantar. Hoje é tudo cheio de laranja. E assim foi indo. Meu pai me mostrou como começar a trabalhar.
My grandfather used to take me to the factory in Sicily when I was very, very young. I mean, when I was a little kid, when I was 3 or 4 years old. And I was absolutely fascinated by looking at those people extracting the essential oils. I always knew that I wanted to do this from the very beginning. It's truly something which comes from my family heritage. It's something that my great-grandfather started to do, that my grandfather did, that my father did, and I'm still here, and hopefully the following generation will keep on doing the same.
The benefits of wild orange include being a good digestive support. Like I mentioned, all citrus oils that is high in D-limonene is very able to help you digest fats. Okay, so it helps to clean up your tracts, your arteries as well, from all the clogs and fats that is accumulated there. And it is very good for emotional support. It uplifts your mood. When you smell the bottle of wild orange from just like this, it actually makes you feel happier. Okay, it really allows that burst of sunshine go through your nostril and into your limbic system that will help you feel so much better when you have a bad day or you want to actually have more energy, because the oranges hang on the trees all day long to absorb the sunlight. And when you have this burst of energy that is from the sunlight on the skin of this orange that is most abundant where the oils are, you're getting something powerful to help you get rid of that sadness or the emotional trauma that you may be in. And it is also very powerful as an immune support because it has very high antioxidant and it has the ability to kill germs like virus and bacteria as well. So I remember one time, one of the Chinese New Year, when I gave away wild orange to some of my friends, and in a tiny bottle like this, so that they can enjoy an abundant, year. So wild orange emotionally is called an oil of abundance, right? So that's so apt to give out during Chinese New Year. But little did I know that it helped one of my friends when she was struggling or having sore, mouth sore, okay? That is caused by virus, okay? And it was very painful. And she used the wild orange to dab it on the ulcer in her mouth. And and after a few applications, she said it's just gone and no more pain. So that is indication of the ability of wild orange able to help with that as well. And then of course, it is also very good in cleansing our body and getting rid of all kinds of toxic load in our body. Okay, so when you have antioxidants so high in an oil and you take this wild orange internally on a daily basis, you're going to help yourself get a better, cleaner system. So whenever I drink my water or my tea, I'll just put 1 or 2 drops inside and drink it. Not only does it taste good, it enhances the flavor of the food. Okay, so this is something you ought to have it. I would take internally. I love to take all the citrus oils internally. And if you are somebody who likes to take it to apply it topically on your skin, make sure you do it on at night, okay? Because if you do it during the daytime and you go under the sun, it may create some um, black spots on your skin because all the citrus oil has, in fact, like wild orange, grapefruit, and lemon will cause photosensitivity. So you don't want to have any kind of dark spots as well. And if you want to lighten your hair, let's say if you want to do some highlights on your hair, you can actually rub some wild orange on some of your strands and stay under the sun. And those strands that you have rubbed on is going to help you give you some free highlights on your hair. Okay, so that would be a different application altogether. So, like rosemary, like on guard, wild orange can be used in 3 ways. The ways to use it is aromatic, topical, and internal. And for chefs out there, if you're thinking of making your dish more interesting and tastier and have that aroma that can only be gotten through using plant essences like this, wild orange is also being labeled as a food oil. Okay, it's one of the 6 food oils. So you can simply use this for your food establishment because it's being labeled as a food additive. All right. So with that, let me just move on. Now, this is a testimonial that I have gotten uh, Thomas to share with us many years ago. You see, sometimes you need to hear from the mouth, right, to know how powerful this is. Well, Thomas had lost his hearing on the left ear for 5 years due to occupational hazards. He used to work in construction sites. He used to work in the hangars for the airplane area and all that. So it caused a lot of damage on one of his ear on the left. And many times whenever his friend speaks to him, he can't hear on the left ear. He would try and turn his head, the right ear, towards his friend to hear what they got to say. But many times he was being mistaken. His action was being mistaken as being rude. because they didn't know that he couldn't hear on the left side. Okay, so this goes on for many years, and he was kind of depressed. Now, what happened is that one day, when he got to know about doTERRA oils, he decided to make some oils to help with to make a perfume blend for himself, and he has chosen wild orange, melaleuca, also known as tea tree, lemongrass, and rosemary. These are the four oils he chose, and he put 7 drops each in a 5 ml bottle, and he top it up with fractionated coconut oil, and he kind of use it every day all over his skin, like behind his neck, behind his ears, on his heart, on the abdominal area, and around his on his arms, and then inhale. So couple of months went by, and one day he was there was a phone call, and he just picked up with his right ear, and lo and behold, he can hear. And he realized he was actually hearing on the right ear, and that was the moment of truth when he realized that his hearing has been restored for this. Now, when I shared this story with some of my friends who have aging parents that couldn't hear very well, or some have lost hearing, okay? So one of my friend who had an 80 over year old mother-in-law, really completely hard of hearing, cannot hear. Whenever they speak, they have to shout and shout and action to get their communication across. So he decided to make the four oils and let his mother-in-law apply. And he said, it didn't need to take months. It took my mom-in-law less than a week to hear. So there you have it. So sometimes it's good to hear some testimonials, and it makes you happy too, okay, when you can help people with it. Now, another thing is, I mentioned to you before, when you have rosemary, you can grow hair. Of course, if you have the other oils like lavender, patchouli, and peppermint, you can grow faster too. So I've got this friend Tony who actually had been bald for more than 5 years, and during that period, he was seeking all kinds of treatments for his hair growth, but it didn't work. So when I suggested to use all these four oils and apply on the scalp on a daily basis after his shower every day, he did it consistently. And on the fourth month, he saw results. He saw results growing. And then on the fifth month, he told me one day. He said, "Hey, I can comb my hair. I can literally comb my hair after 5 years of no hair on my head." So this is the reason why I love what I do, because I find that a lot of times people cannot find any kind of help, but with knowing me and recognizing that sometimes they just have to have a leap of faith to make some of the changes in transforming their health using essential oils and see results. Okay, this gives me a lot of really comfort and joy.